All right, you guys, the official Avatar: The Last Airbender Netflix trailer is here, and I am so excited. I didn't get the chance to open my channel in time for the initial teaser when it dropped, but now that this full trailer is here, we're absolutely watching it, and I'm not even going to have a long intro. Let's get into it. I'm excited. Let's play it.
The Fire Nation is embarked on a dark path, and the world might never recover. The world needs the Avatar.
Oh, I'm so scared to see that fight.
It needs you.
Was that Iroh? That sound?
The Fire Nation has destroyed everything in their path.
Okay. I'll do a couple watch throughs. Oh, this looks so good so far.
It's gonna need Aang.
Okay.
There goes the savior of the world.
Airbending doesn't look bad at all.
Down every hint of the Avatar. It's my destiny.
Oh, he even sounds like Zuko a little bit, like that same ring in his voice.
Fire Nation. I don't want the responsibility.
You don't have to do this alone. You have me, Tara, and
An Alaskan bulwark!
a flying ball of fur. What more do you need?
Sheer
The
Shoe.
world needs you.
Oh my god.
Remember what it is we're really fighting for.
Okay, so that is Zhao at Kyoshi Island.
Love.
I'm the Avatar, and I'm gonna save the world. With my friends.
Ooh. Okay. Boomy. Boomy kind of. Ooh, the water bending. Jet. Okay, I have to do a breakdown after this. Okay. February 22nd. Also, I just realized that I left my time bar on the whole time. Okay, but let's do an actual breakdown because there were some scenes that I loved what I saw, some scenes where I was a little concerned, and then overall, I'm actually very happy with this. So let's go back to the beginning, and then I'm gonna pause. I'm gonna take subtitles off, and then I'm gonna pause and break down things as we watch it.
The Fire Nation is
Okay, so first off the bat, the scale of everything looks so good. Like, these ships look super imposing. They look accurate to the show, but they don't look unrealistic. Like, they look like this is an accurate design of what, you know, Imperial ships would look like during this time period. It's just all the damn smoke they're releasing. Like, the weight, like just this small shot of seeing all of these naval ships coming and just all the black smoke and just the faces, the lion faces on the very front. It's just so imposing. So I'm very excited to see like moments where people in the Southern Water Tribes see these ships coming, or in other places see these ships coming, and it's like, well, shit, the Fire Nation's here. That's what it really feels like.
embarked on a dark path, and the world
Saw this
might
shot
never
already.
recover.
And this is most likely, I keep wanting to say Guru Lakima because of Korra. What the hell is Aang's mentor's name? Fucking Gyatso. Why was I struggling so much in all this time that I've watched this show? I can't get Gyatso's name right. Whatever. This is the shot that we got in the initial teaser where the firebending soldiers are catapulting themselves over in this screen in this corner on the left, it initially looks like, oh, these are just arrows that are shooting some like very flamboyant blazing arrows, but no, these are the soldiers catapulting and rocketing themselves up to the temple. And so I'm so excited that we're gonna get to see the genocide happen of the Air Nation, because we got the aftermath and got to feel the weight of the aftermath, but we didn't actually witness what happened and the grief of what happened and the terror of what happened because of the elders and the youth and the kids facing the end of their lives. A society that just wants to be a pacifist and help the world, because that's what they've done up until now. So it's just I'm so excited, and I'm so happy that Netflix is showing this scene.
The world needs the Avatar.
Okay, who is this? Who is this? Is this Iroh? Because it doesn't look like, maybe? Because I don't know any other character that could look like this. But it doesn't look like Iroh's actor either. Okay, I see a bunch of... This might still be, because this is right after the genocide large scale scene, this might be just an extended scene of the genocide, and this is just another general. And this might be Gyatso back there. I'm gonna say this is probably gonna be Gyatso, and then this might be confirming how Gyatso wiped out all those firebenders, because we already learned, in case you haven't read already, in the Yang Chen books, that airbenders can in fact suck all of the air out of the room to stop firebending, to stop combustion bending, because you need oxygen to do those things, but it's only outlawed by the Air Nation because it's such a deadly thing, and who are we to decide that it's okay to take somebody else's life? That's the whole idea around it. All right. Yeah, it's Gyatso. And this with the beam, it's just, the sound design sounds so good. Again, the scale feels right, that this is just like a huge explosion. Everything looks good.
The Fire Nation.
Fire Nation capital, seeing the castle. I don't know what they ever called it. Costumes look great. Ozai and his robe and his, what is that, like velvet covering over it with weights. You look at this group and you know exactly who's in charge. I'm very happy with that. I am a little disappointed that Netflix didn't try to lean into the whole, we don't get to see Ozai's actual face until the last season. And I think it would be really cool if Netflix casted Ozai, but didn't actually reveal who it was. I know it'd be hard to keep it under wraps only for so long, but to have him cast, have him on screen, but not exactly reveal who it is until later in the show. Azula looks great. This is what I mean, where it's like, is she gonna be more involved? I love the casting for Azula. Everybody's like, oh, she looks so young. She has a baby face, blah, blah, blah. Azula's only 14. In the animated show, she looks 16 to 18 and wears makeup all the time. Of course, she's gonna look more grown and sharp and fierce and blah, blah, blah in the animated show, because that's how they drew her. But she is still a 14-year-old child. We all know a devil spawn child who looks cute and sweet, acts cute and sweet to everybody else, but you peep them that they're actually evil as hell. And that's exactly what Azula is. Now, what the hell is this scene? This looks like that kid, the son from the Northern Air Temple, who's in that wheelchair and has his own glider. It looks like him. One thing that I've been seeing people talk about the costuming, and I kind of agree with it, is that it looks too new. Like Aang's makes sense because he was just I can't speak. He was just living as a regular degular air nomad until he left and then was frozen. So his clothes being very well preserved makes complete sense. But everybody else's clothes looking like you see right here on Sokka's shoulder, it looks freshly stitched, very clean, not at all distressed, because at this point in the show, if they are in the Northern Air Temple, they've been through some stuff at this point. I did see a video the other day of somebody who was talking more in depth about the costuming in the show, so I'll link that video too and like put a little blurb here about it, because I think that video would also give a lot more insight.
The world is gonna have any.
Yeah, I'm like wondering, I'm trying to not do just like scene by scene, but also, yeah. Okay, we are getting blood in this show. You could see this person over here in the middle on the right who has a busted forehead. So this could be a few things. This could be a flashback of when the Fire Nation come to the Southern Water Tribe when Katara and Sokka are kids, and Hakoda goes to fight. Sokka wants to go fight but can't, and so there's commotion there. This could be during the scene when Zuko initially comes, episode 1, and they just kind of blow out more of the violence of the scene because there really wasn't that much action before Aang, you know, turned himself over. So it could be that, or it could also be the Northern Water Tribe battle, which I think makes the most sense because all these like brick ice stone structure, the giant whale tusks or whale bones and such, makes more sense when comparing the size of the Northern Water Tribe with the Southern Water Tribe. So I feel like this is most likely them.
Chance, it's gonna need Aang.
Keep going. Yeah, so this is at Kyoshi Island. The airbending looks great, in my opinion. And it doesn't look weird. Like, it doesn't look like what often happens with like CG and integrating CG and real life models, is that they sometimes feel super separate from each other. But this feels like, it looks obviously animated, but it does feel like he's real life on his air scooter, and it's winding and everything like that. It's blowing the hair of the people nearby. You know, there's like little details that make it more immersive.
Right. There goes the savior of the world.
Yeah, Katara and Sokka sound good. Yeah, vocally they sound good. They sound similar to their characters. I'm not going to spend this video really getting into the casting that I feel about those two, but I will link videos to like TikTok and YouTube of people talking about their casting choices.
Destiny.
Here we go. Zuko's casting, also great. I think his voice sounds really good. He sounds similar, very similar to Dante Bosco, which I think is what they were going for because he has such a distinct voice. Scar looks great. It looks a little flat, in my opinion. It looks very flat. Like the actual makeup, you could see the texture that they were going for, but that kind of texture would have some rays, you know, some beveling and stuff off the skin, and would be rough and kind of leathery, and like would affect his eye a bit more because Zuko's other eye was always just a little bit more squinted because of all the scar tissue.
I'm not someone who can stop the Fire Nation.
I think that this is the Agni Kai scene where Zuko gets burned. It does make a lot more sense that the Agni Kai scenes and Agni Kais in general are outside. Because just all that damn smoke and all that damn fire, why are we inside for this? It's too damn hot, so it makes sense. But I'm wondering if there's still gonna be people watching it happen. I think that adds more weight to the situation, because not only did Zuko get burned by his own dad, he got burned by his own dad, in front of everybody. And it's so humiliating. And in this scene, we can't quite tell in these shots, can't quite tell if anybody's around, but I hope so.
Stop the Fire Nation? I don't want the responsibility.
You don't have to do this alone.
Same thing. They did a really good job with CG in real life, blending really, really well. It looks like and feels like Appa's really there. He's huge, he's fluffy, he's soft. He doesn't have a weird demon human face. He looks great. They definitely toned down his colors. He's a lot more gray. He leans a bit more brown and tan in the show. So he's a lot more gray leaning in this, which is like just a minor detail. As long as he looks good, you know, hey.
And a flying ball of fur. What more do you need?
Momo looks great. People were hating on Momo, saying he looks scary. I think Momo looks so cute. Yeah, I'm very excited. Cheershu looks great. June looks great. No critiques from me. They both look amazing.
The world needs you.
Now, what is that? That's the one thing that I was like, what is this? What is this? This looks like a Pokemon. What is this? I don't know any animal hybrid in the show that has this stone demon looking face.
What is...
I know exactly who that was. This is Heibai. Whoa, this is Heibai. Because I had to take a minute, seeing just that little strut of the opposite arm coming through. This is Heibai. Oh my god. Yeah. yeah. I approve. Heibai looks sick and demonic and mad and evil. Okay, so the reason before where I was like, okay, so this is Zhao at Kyoshi Island, was because in the teaser, there was a moment with what looks like, in my opinion, Avatar Kyoshi booming down and blasting everybody away with airbending and just her force of her landing. And it looked like Zhao getting like walking up and then getting blasted away. And so I was like wondering, like, is this Zhao? And so I confirmed, like, this is Zhao at the scene. So that means that they're rewriting the pacing and everything and having him be here and more involved rather than just Zuko and his goons. Here's what I think is going to happen. I think that the show, Netflix, is going to completely skip Avatar Day as an episode and just as a storyline. And this is where we're going to get Aang trying on the Kyoshi, because he's probably going to try on the Kyoshi garb with Sokka, and he might actually put on Kyoshi's clothes instead. And then he's going to pass out. Kyoshi's going to come around and she's going to fuck the place up, because you're not going to come terrorize my island and think I'm not going to do something about it. Curious is if they're going to not have Zuko in it at all, because this is the start to his and Suki's relationship and like them eventually working together on the Boiling Rock in season 3. So we'll see. I hope they don't completely scrap Zuko out of the scene. Fighting, all that. Okay, I need to do... Okay, they look way better. They look way better than they did in the teaser trailer. In the teaser trailer, they looked very costumey, just because the weight and the color grading and all that stuff like that. They looked very costumey to me. But these look like, okay, they have some weight to it, and they're actually protective to a certain degree. Yeah, Northern Air Temple shot, flying through the skies. What is this, a secret tunnel scene? Secret tunnel. No, where is this? Well, no, secret tunnel's not till season 2. This better not be no Great Divide type stuff either, okay? Because if you're gonna take some liberties, take that episode out. Okay, I don't know if y'all saw me make the face that I did, but his mask looks so cheap. The blue spirit mask looks so cheap. And I know that it's not an actual fighting mask. And so it wouldn't be like stone or metal or anything. It's a theater mask. It's his mom's theater mask. But just from this shot, and I'm just nitpicking, but just from this shot, it looks like it's made of plastic and would fall off of his face in 2 seconds. It doesn't look like it's made out of wood. I don't know. But that's literally just nitpicking. It still looks good. It just looks cheap.
I'm the Avatar.
Yeah. Airbending looks good. I think it looks good. Looks CG, but that's like they're putting something in real life that doesn't happen in real life. So I can't nitpick that. Boomy looks like Count Olaf. He looks like Count Olaf, and he's strong, but he ain't no beefy old man. I feel like obviously Marvel, like the MCU and the DCEU have all or whatever the hell it is, have kind of boosted up the standard of getting super buff for your role. And it's not possible for everybody. But I would think that Netflix would have the resources to do that, to help an actor do that, especially for a role where the character's beefiness is the shock value of the episode. He just looks like a lean, muscular old dude. Earthbending looks good. Wish it wasn't so dusty, but it makes sense that it's so dusty. Like you're ripping earth from the ground. There's gonna be dust. It does make more sense for fights to be more dusty and, you know, all over the place. I think that we shouldn't compare too much to the animated show strictly because during that time things were still drawn frame by frame. And nobody at that time is going to worry about dust during every fight. Nobody's going to be worrying about dripping water during every fight. Like, it makes sense. It makes more sense for when you're water bending for some water to be falling through, especially if you're not that strong at water bending, or when you're earth bending for it to be dusty as fuck because you're throwing shards of rock around. Makes sense. My son. Honestly, yeah, waterbending also looks great. No complaints. Yeah, and I'm excited. That fight looks a lot more involved. The bending meshes well together. Jet looks great. No complaints. Jet looks great. An effect that I'm really liking that they're putting in the show is that when it's either like regular airbending going around or it's another element reacting to fire or whatever, there's a ripple in the air between people's faces and just in the environment. There's a visual ripple in the air because physics. I'm not a physician or physicist. I can't exactly explain it to you on science terms aside from just saying air pressure, moisture, things like that. It makes a lot of sense for it, like these clashing of elements at high pressures because people are controlling them would cause ripples in the air. So I'm liking that. I'm liking that kind of level of immersion. Tattoos look great. That's the one thing that I actually preferred in the movie that we don't talk about, is how detailed Aang's tattoos were. So I'm glad that they've integrated that into, you know, his classic bold blue lines. But I'm happy with this. I'm very happy with this. Of course, it's never going to be exactly like the animated show, but I am liking that they are including things to improve upon with the animated show, making it more immersive. Now that we have the tools of live action and have to consider what would actually happen in the real world, we have these different technologies now to make things more immersive. I'm very, very happy with that. The scale looks great. This vacuum is so loud. I'm sorry, it's so distracting. But I'm also thinking the casting looks great. I have no complaints about the casting aside from Sokka's character. But at this point, I don't know what the hell to do. Me personally, I don't know what the hell to do. May or may not, as like a prep for the show coming out, may or may not react to season 1. Or react to season 1 because I've seen the show plenty of times, so might just rewatch season 1 and post it and, you know, just get reacquainted with all the details of the show and make some comparisons when the live action comes out. But I'm happy with this. I'm excited. Choreography looks great. Fight choreography looks really, really good. It's just really immersive. I think that's how I would describe the show. It's really, really immersive from what we've gotten so far. And it didn't really suffer from the whole Hollywood, we're gonna make every live action remake broody and dark and angsty like they did with Winx Club. I'm happy with it. I think it has a balance of realism and fantasy and humor and comedy and drama, and I think they did a great job so far. February 22nd, y'all will catch me with my reaction here. And so yeah, subscribe, like if you liked my content. Let's talk about it in the comments, and I will see y'all in my next video. Peace.